This is an exclusive preview of the Home Depot Halloween 2024 animatronic lineup. Let's jump right into it. For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and welcome to a very exciting video because today I'm going to be giving you an exclusive first look at the Home Depot Halloween 2024 animatronic lineup. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am incredibly excited to share that I once again got to take part in Home Depot's virtual Halloween showcase. If you're unaware, this is something that Home Depot has done for a couple of years now, and it's an exclusive virtual event where Home Depot invites a select handful of influencers to get a first-hand viewing of their new animatronic collection, as well as their entire Halloween lineup. Well, this year's showcase just transpired, and if you're seeing this video, that means that the confidentiality embargo has officially come to a close, which means I can pull back the curtain on all of Home Depot's 2024 animatronic secrets. So without any further ado, let's jump right into Home Depot Halloween 2024.
Mortals, bear witness.
This Halloween, he will reap what he sows. Hovering high above the ground, the 12-foot animated Levitating Reaper surveys his earthly hunting ground, seeking fresh souls and bringing death from above.
You are merely ants in my game of death and destruction.
Enormous hands clutch an even bigger scythe and staff, while tattered black robes conceal this grim ghoul. Against the dark of night, this floating phantom emanates an array of colors. Let them cycle with time, or select your scare with the hue most horrifying. Catch his ageless, lifeless eye, and the 12-foot animated hovering Reaper will tell you your fate. His head and jaw coming to life with realistic motion as he speaks.
You may attempt to flee, but the darkness shall swallow you whole.
This fright night, it's not the chill autumn air that cuts deepest. The 12-foot animated Levitating Reaper, only at the Home Depot.
So I feel like it only makes sense to start this video by talking about Home Depot's new for 2024 12-footer, as obviously Home Depot kickstarted the whole 12-foot trend. So this year's new giant is of course the 12-foot hovering Reaper, and this guy is absolutely mind-boggling. He is a Grim Reaper that is holding onto his sickle and has the illusion that he is flying in the air, and this effect is brought to life by the wind that you'll feature in your yard or your display when you put this guy together. Once a wind starts picking up and his cloak kind of starts moving along, it's really going to look like this guy is floating, which is the main effect that he is meant to have. Obviously, this guy leaked out a couple of months ago, and we knew that he was going to be super special, but now taking a look at this official demo video from Home Depot exclusively on this channel, we also know that he has 5 eye-catching color options that you will be able to choose from if you pick this guy up, which is totally awesome. I personally love the lime green that this guy features. Obviously, if you've watched me for a long time, you know that I love lime green with animatronics, and I think the green looks awesome with the Levitating Reaper. The giant-sized Levitating Reaper is retailing for an amazing price tag of $299. Yes, you heard me correctly, 300 United States dollars, which is absolutely fantastic considering the fact that it's the same price tag as Skelly. 12-foot Skelly is also $299, and that is what we're seeing now for this Levitating Reaper. We're just getting into this, but you will see once again that no one can beat Home Depot when it comes to prices, and this is the first example of that for the Levitating Reaper at an amazing price of $299.
Hell hath no fury like its favorite hound, the 7-foot Skelly's dog. Measuring 7 feet in length, this petrifying pooch is starving right down to the bone. In fact, it's nothing but bones. From the teeth of its posable jaw to the tip of its positionable tail, go to greet this massive mutt, and its realistic life eyes start to blink, changing color and shape, swirling, spinning, burning, bulging, and exploding inside its sizable skull. Always man's best friend, Dog is the dedicated companion to Skelly, our skyscraping signature scare. The two make a perfect pair, indoors and out, but think twice before you invite them in for a cider and snack. These gargantuan guests won't throw you any bones. They'll take yours. The 7-foot Skelly's dog. Only at the Home Depot.
While we're on the topic of Giants for 2024, of course I have to mention Skelly's new best friend, the skeleton dog. Of course, this was one that we saw for Halfway to Halloween back in April that I actually reported on back in April exclusively on the channel. But now we have the full official demo video for Skelly's best friend. And this guy, of course, features 8 different LCD eye modes to give him some different looks that you can see in his digital eyes. And something really interesting that was brought up at the virtual showcase is that the skeleton dog was actually designed to be as a German Shepherd is to a 6-foot human being in terms of the proportions and the ratio of just sizes to things, which I think is really interesting and a great attention to detail for Skelly's best friend. Skelly's dog stands at 7 feet high and is retailing for $199, which is another very, very good price tag, as he is $100 less than Skelly himself.
The man, the myth, the legend. The original 12-foot Skelly is back for more Halloween mayhem. Rising higher than a single-story house, this staggering stiff is what nightmares are made of. Its bony body, larger than life itself, is covered in realistic sculptural detail. From its horrifying head down to its 10 wiggly toes. Should he spot you, watch as its realistic eyes scan and blink, changing color, shape, and pattern. Use the included remote to choose from various effects and select your scare. One thing is for certain. This towering terror can't take its eyes off of you. For maximum mayhem, pair Skelly with its beloved best friend, the 7-foot Skelly's dog. But don't be surprised when your front yard becomes a graveyard. The original 12-foot Skelly. Only at the Home Depot.
I mentioned him, so of course we have to talk about him. You know him, you love him. Skelly is back for Home Depot Halloween 2024, but improved from previous versions. Skelly this year features 8 different LCD eye patterns, just like we're seeing on Skelly's dog, including some heart eyes, which is meant for Valentine's Day, 4th of July ones, fireworks, and even some dragon's eyes, of course, even more than just that. And I think this was an awesome addition for Skelly to have for the 2024 season, and a very exciting thing that I am so happy to announce in this video is that we were told at the virtual showcase that for 2024, if you already own Skelly from a previous season, you will be able to buy an eye kit that will allow you to put on these different eye modes that we're seeing on the new version and retrofit your old Skelly to be upgraded like the 2024 version. But the best part about this is that Skelly is still retailing for his retail price tag of $299. The very same price tag as he has always had. It cannot be beaten. It always stays the same. And even with these awesome eye improvements, he is still priced at $299. Another exciting animatronic for this season is actually a Servo version of Skelly that will be online only for Home Depot Halloween 2024, and this is the same version as the regular 12-foot Skelly, but it actually has a servo motor in the head, which allows him to look around, look up and down, all sorts of different directions with a servo motor, and he is retailing for $379, so $79 more than for the regular 12-foot Skelly, but the servo definitely adds a lot to him.
Come closer, weary traveler.
Lost, are we? Saddle up with Ireland's own nogginless nightmare. The 8.5-foot Knight Dullahan. In the crow-black night, his red LED eyes smolder like two hot coals. His menacing mouth and exposed chest radiate with rage. Rearing in excitement, this massive mare has glowing red eyes that give a ghoulish glow. Be the unfortunate one who captures their attention, and the two come alive. The horse's head moves up and down as its rider's arm swings wide. Head in hand, the horseman's jaw begins to move as he delivers one of 6 thrilling threats.
I'll give you a running start. I do enjoy the chase and earning my trophies. Time's up. Here I come.
If you're looking for a Halloween ride or die, you found it. The 8.5-foot Knight Dullahan. Only at the Home Depot.
While we're on the topic of big animatronics, we can't forget about Home Depot's new for 2024 Knight Dullahan that stands at 8.5 feet tall. And I will say, I actually learned a lot about this animatronic during the virtual showcase because we were actually told that this concept comes from Irish mythology, which I was not familiar with that. I did not know what a Knight Dullahan was, but now I understand where Home Depot got the idea from for this animatronic, and I think he is spectacular. I love the fact that the entire framing and build of the prop is hidden within all of the costuming and the actual like horse and skeleton that we're seeing. It really helps bring the character to life and hide the fact that he is an animatronic, and just helps create more of a connection between your visitor, your guest, and the Knight Dullahan himself. And the Knight Dullahan is retailing for $379, so $380 United States dollars for this animatronic, which I think is a great price tag considering his size and the amount of animation that the Knight Dullahan features.
Go ahead and shoot! I'll be back! I always come back!
Some scares stay with you for years. Everything else is just child's play. As they say, you just can't keep a good guy down. Friends, meet Chucky.
I have had it! That's it! There is a limit to how much I can take!
Standing 3.5 feet tall, this freckled relic of the 1980s is everyone's best friend and worst enemy. He may look innocent enough in his striped shirt and overalls, but play at your own risk. The 3.5-foot animated Chucky is motion sensor activated. His head and body start to move, and watch this blue-eyed brat come to life. Just like in the movies, watch in horror as the dead-eyed doll wakes and begins to move, blink, and speak.
As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up.
But the 3.5-foot animated Chucky doll isn't toying around.
I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I dig it!
This Halloween, there's a new kid on the block. And he's only at the Home Depot.
This next animatronic is one of my absolute favorites from Home Depot's 2024 lineup, and he was a complete surprise. We knew nothing about this guy or the fact that he was coming for this season, but this is Home Depot's 2024 Chucky animatronic. Now, believe me when I say, I think this guy is absolutely phenomenal. Every detail about him is truly awesome, but my favorite part about this guy is the animation, I should say animations, that he features. Chucky features servo eyes that move around and blink, which is something that we've seen from Home Depot recently, but something brand new debuted with Chucky is the fact that he actually has servos in his head that allow him to grin and smile while he's talking to you and while he's activated. When I first saw this guy's demo video, my jaw dropped because of how awesome and how realistic he looks. I love that grinning animation. It is such a cool little addition to the prop, and we have never ever in a retail Halloween animatronic seen any kind of animation or a servo that allows an animatronic to change facial expressions. And I am a very, very big fan of this animatronic, especially when you hear his price tag of $199. That's right, Chucky will be retailing for $200. He stands at 3.5 feet tall, and for all of these servo animations that he features and the accuracy to the Child's Play movies, I don't think $200 gets any better than it is.
Ah, it's the perfect night for some devious pranks.
Indeed! You do well to steer clear of the 7.5-foot animated Trickster trio. These terrifying triplets have one thing in mind, and it isn't minding their own business. Their LED eyes glow a bright yellow, green, and red. The top terror is covered in sinister stripes, while the middle menace wears a punchy purple and gold, and the anchor antic is adorned in black and red. Be sure to watch your head as they goad you closer, swinging their heavy hammer, jaws open and closing with realistic motion.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Hush! Enough jokes!
Philip. Philip who? Fill up my bag with candy.
Display each fearsome fool separately for a carnival of coverage, or stack them up high, one on top of the other, for maximum madness. However you handle this handful, you'd better give them what they want, or they'll make sure your fright night is an absolute smash!
Trick or treat!
Trick or treat! The 7.5-foot animated Trickster trio, only at the Home Depot.
Jumping back over to large animatronics, we have the new for 2024 7.5-foot Trickster Trio stack. That is a mouthful. This is a stack of 3 mini clown animatronics, and the exciting part about this one is that they can actually be displayed as they are mainly in the demo video, vertically with 3 on top of each other, but they can also be taken apart from each other and displayed as their own 3 mini clowns. I love the fact that this guy has so much customizability. I know I just called them this guy, but they're technically 3 props, but can be 1 prop. It's kind of confusing, but it's very, very cool, and I love that Home Depot allowed for this to happen, similar to what we see with the pumpkin stacks, where you can have them as 1 big thing or multiple smaller things, and I love to see that this was brought to the Trickster Trio stack, and they are retailing for $199, so $200, which when you think about it, for 3 mini animatronics that can be made into 1 big animatronic, I don't think that price is very bad at all. And another very cool thing about it is that their audio actually interacts with each other, which is another neat addition, especially when you have a prop like this that has 3 different characters that are meant to be kind of 1 big character.
A living being! I've created life!
It's alive! But will you be so lucky? Better keep your distance from the 7-foot animated Frankenstein's monster. This not-so-gentle giant has broken out of the doctor's lab, and he's hell-bent on terrorizing the town 1 stiff step at a time.
Look out! Tie him up, quickly!
Under the glow of the moon, his frightening face radiates with blue LED light. Catch his blinking, motion-activated eyes, and the chase is on! His arms moving up and down, reaching for the nearest bone to break. From big bolts to even bigger boots, this living legend looms larger than life in a navy blue suit. It's a sight to behold, one that puts the mad back into mad science. And if he gets a grip on you, it may just be your last. The 7-foot animated Frankenstein's monster. Only at the Home Depot.
Next up, obviously, we have Home Depot's new for 2024 Frankenstein's monster animatronic, and I'm not going to talk a ton about this one in this video just because we did see Frankenstein's monster back in April for the Halfway to Halloween release. I actually already have him. You can see one of his hands kind of right there. He did come out in limited quantities back in April, so a lot of people do already own this guy, but he is absolutely phenomenal. So many servo animations, so much attention to detail. He stands at 7 feet tall and retails for $279.
Come further, only if you dare. For when trees have swallowed the sun, your eyes can hardly believe what horrors they see. Standing many times the size of your average trick-or-treater, the massive 12.5-foot Inferno Deadwood skeleton has torn itself from its roots. And it's ready to tear into you. Rich with realistic sculptural detail, its knotty, posable arms twist and twine outward, reaching for something more than candy. Its jagged mouth and hollow chest ooze with bright color-changing LED light. Draw its attention, and 2 blinking, motion-activated eyes fixed directly on you. He's rooted to the ground by a wide, sturdy base, ensuring he's dead and alive all season long. But do not expect an olive branch. This terrifying timber will snap you like a twig. The 12.5-foot Inferno Deadwood skeleton. Only at the Home Depot.
Another one we are already familiar with is the 12.5-foot giant-sized Inferno Deadwood skeleton, who retails for $379. This is another one that we saw back in April for the Halfway to Halloween drop, but still, I very much enjoy him, and it's awesome to now see his full official demo video. The next item isn't necessarily an animatronic, but it is still a very cool piece, and this is a 2.5-foot giant oozing cauldron. And I'm gonna say right now, that name is not hyperbole at all. It is a giant cauldron. We saw it in the virtual showcase next to a person how big this item is, and it is a very large cauldron. Obviously, we've seen items like this from Home Depot for the past couple of seasons, but this is definitely one of my favorite ones because of the size of it and the coloring with that bright red color and how it lights up at the bottom with all those like skull and bones that look like it's actually heating up the cauldron. This piece is retailing for $99, which I think is also a very nice price tag considering the size of it and the amount of LEDs that it features.
Step right up. You! Yes, you! What are you waiting for? The circus is in town.
And the enormous 8.5-foot animated Carnival Carl invites you to try your luck. With his huge hammer in hand, this startling sideshow appears more trick than treat. But he's just clowning around. Or is he? Trigger his motion sensor and you'll find out as he swings his hammer up and down, his painted jaw opening to speak.
You look strong. Why don't you come take a shot? If you lose, I'll just put you in place of the bell.
Powerful polka dots line his suit, while oversized hands and shoes fill out this killer clown. Red and white face paint cover his evil eyes and mouth. His head is finished by bold strands of red hair and a huge hat. See? It's all fun and games until someone gets hurt.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Which one of you will become my next foe?
Ha! The 8.5-foot animated Carnival Carl. Only at the Home Depot.
This is, as of right now, my favorite animatronic of Home Depot Halloween 2024 because this is the 7.5-foot animated Carnival Carl. This is a brand new clown animatronic from Home Depot for 2024, and he is absolutely massive. Karl is wielding a giant mallet in his hands. He has bright red hair, a big hat with a big red pom-pom on the top of it, and I absolutely love the vintage appeal that Carnival Carl has. However, my favorite part about this animatronic, and you know that for the most part, my favorite part about all Home Depot animatronics is the price tag, because Carnival Carl will be retailing for the low price of $199. Yes, you heard me correctly. This 7.5-foot animatronic is only $200, which is unheard of within the retail Halloween market. I could not be happier with the price tag of this animatronic, and he will be online and in select stores. So if you want to get your hands on Carnival Carl, make sure you order him online because he will only be in select locations. This next animatronic is one of the most impressive from Home Depot's 2024 lineup, and I so wish I had the demo video for him. I really tried to get it because I wanted to be able to show all of you the animation for this prop because it was spectacular when I saw it in the virtual showcase, and this is the 5.5-foot Fear Valley Wolf. This is a brand new wolf animatronic for Home Depot Halloween 2024, and by the look of him, he looks cool, but he looks kind of simple. He is just a black wolf. He's got like scars all over him that are showing the bones and skin underneath his fur, but the animation is really what set this animatronic apart. The mouth and his lips actually go upward like a real dog would, and he actually snarls at the person that is in front of him. The animation is so incredibly unique and so special for a wolf animatronic, and I wanted to be able to show it to you so bad, but unfortunately I don't have the video to show you as of right now. But trust me, when you see it, you're going to be super impressed with the Fear Valley Wolf. It is totally awesome and such a unique animation for an animatronic, and this one will be retailing for $199, so $200 for the Fear Valley Wolf.
What evil stirs in coffins, crypts, and the dark places where sunlight dare not creep?
Nosferatu.
Enter the lair of the 7-foot animated Victorian Vampire. Arisen after more than 100 years in repose, the silver screen's most famous fanged fright has returned. With an appetite. His long, hungry teeth show the yellow of age, and his skin wrinkled and ravaged by countless nights, without so much as a bite or a drop to eat. And his hands are ready to claw for more crower and clots. Under bushy grey brows, his ancient eyes glow a brilliant gold, searching, yearning to taste the essence of youth incarnate.
Life shall fade into pallid shade as I sup upon your blood.
Welcome to your last meal. But you won't be the one eating. The 7-foot animated Victorian Vampire. Only at the Home Depot.
Home Depot will also be releasing the 7-foot Victorian Vampire for Halloween 2024, and this is the animatronic that we had assumed to be Nosferatu when we saw the manager meeting leaks back a couple of months ago. However, we can see now that this guy is just a general vampire with the official name of the Victorian Vampire, as he has an old school look to him and a very creepy looking face with an awesome quality looking jacket that he's wearing, or like a cloak or a robe, whatever you want to call it. He is retailing for $199, so $200 for this animatronic, which I don't think is bad at all, especially considering the fact that he stands at 7 feet tall, so he is a very big prop.
The pestilence is here.
Come in. The doctor will see you now. Towering above even the healthiest specimens, the 7-foot animated LED plague doctor casts a shadow on all who cross its path. Its big beacon of blight and foul-boned staff fill a midnight dreary with bright LED light, and his distressed cinder goggles change colors, while the death-proof bird mask and tall, stiff collar illuminate the long black beak and wide-brimmed hat that are its signature. His strong gloves and big boots are blacker than the Great Death, while his brown satchel is a catch-all for powerful potions. Draw its omnipresent eye, and this frightening physician comes to life, promising more than just medicine.
There is evil here. I will rid you of it.
But perhaps the good doctor isn't all that good after all.
This lavender in my mask is barely covering your stench. Bring me the leeches.
The 7-foot animated LED plague doctor. Only at the Home Depot.
Another 7-footer that shares the same price tag as the Victorian Vampire is the new for 2024 Plague Doctor, and of course this was another one that we did see a couple of months ago with the leaks. He looks better than ever. I love the way that the EL wire looks all around his jacket, and another thing I want to point out is that his eyes actually change colors. They are not one just static blue or purple or anything like that. They actually cycle through, I believe, a blue, a purple, and maybe like a light cyan blue color, I believe. I saw it very, very quick, but they do have a change in color, which looks amazing. It looks really, really cool, and that is something we did not know about. But the 7-foot animated Plague Doctor is retailing for $199, the same price as the Victorian Vampire. Of course, I can't forget about Home Depot's new for 2024 Captain Cuts animatronic, and this is a brand new pirate for the 2024 season, which is another one that I actually got to show you a couple of months ago here on the channel. But Captain Cuts stands at 7 feet tall, and he is Servo. That was a very big question that has been being brought up for the last couple of months. He is a Servo animatronic with blinking eyes, a Servo head, and I will confirm that he has a swaying animation where he kind of moves from side to side in a very unique animation that we really haven't seen that much before. But Captain Cuts will be retailing for $249, so $250. Another pretty large item for Home Depot Halloween 2024 is the 9-foot giant-sized Murderous maple, and of course this is the evil tree that I also got to show you a couple of months ago here on the channel. But he actually does feature a customizable LED light within the eyes and the mouth. You can control what color it is and choose if you wanted to cycle through a bunch of colors or just a single one, which is awesome. I love the customizability within the Murderous maple. He stands at 9 feet tall, so he's very, very large, and he's retailing for $249, which again, I don't think you can beat that price, because for a 9-foot item with a customizable feature such as the LEDs that we're seeing, I really don't think anything could be better than $250. Another great animatronic from Home Depot for 2024 is the 6-foot Jack of Spades, and this one is a very unique prop that we saw during the virtual showcase because you actually have the option to either display him standing up like a normal animatronic or actually sitting him down in a chair or at the bar, which I feel like would be more fitting for the Jack of Spades, but Jack of Spades will be retailing for $149, so $150. One of Home Depot's amazing value animatronics for 2024 is the Soul Slasher, and this is a brand new Scarecrow animatronic that is holding like a blade of some sort, and he actually puts his finger up to point at the person in front of him and kind of call you out as his next victim. It's a very cool animation that I feel like is very fitting, especially considering his audio as he says like, "You're my next victim," and stuff like that. I think it is very, very fitting, and he's retailing for $99. I should mention that he's standing at 6.5 feet tall, so a 6.5 foot prop that actually has that animation with the finger pointing up and the LED eyes for only $99 is once again an amazing value animatronic and one that I was very impressed by during this virtual showcase.
Words have turned my bones into sticks. That's what I get for testing spells on myself.
A sad tale, to be sure. The 6-foot animated Marionette Witch once had the world on a string. Now she plays puppet to an age-old curse. Stuck hanging from her sturdy wooden support structure, this woeful witch is desperate to cut loose. Trigger her motion sensor and she springs to life. Begging and pleading, writhing on her fixed frame, as her pallid face and eyes fill with LED light.
Say, you look like you know some magic. Want to help a little old lady like me out?
Wavy silver strands frame her weathered face, while a tattered red sweater over battered black dress pair perfectly with her sinister striped socks and classic big buckled clogs. But be warned, this wicked witch has a few tricks up her strings.
Just say this little old incantation and we'll be switching bodies in no time.
The 6-foot animated Marionette Witch. Only at the Home Depot.
This next animatronic was another complete surprise. We knew nothing about this item or that it was coming for 2024, and this is the 6-foot Marionette Witch. Now, this one is a very unique prop. I'm going to say right now, it is totally different and like nothing we've really ever seen before in the retail Halloween market because it's a witch, but it's a marionette at the same time. It is such a unique concept, and as you can see, it kind of has like the marionette board above the head with all of the strings holding the little witch herself, and she is another amazing value animatronic at only $99. I mean, come on, you cannot beat that. $99 for a 6-foot animatronic that has a lot of animation, and trust me, I mean that, because I saw it during the showcase, and she moves her arms around and her legs around in all sorts of different directions, like she's trying to like almost escape it, but also she is the marionette. It's a very cool animation, and for only $99, it is an amazing bargain and a very cool brand new witch for 2024.
Now you come over here. I'm sure you taste much better when you're afraid. I'll be more than happy to help you find your way.
Next up, we have another witch animatronic that is another amazing value piece because this is the 7-foot Spellcasting Witch at, once again, only $99. This is a 7-foot animatronic. It's a very vintage, classic-looking witch prop that is holding a broom, and her one palm that she's kind of holding out actually has an eyeball in it that lights up a green color, which looks really, really awesome. Again, another very unique concept for a witch prop, and once again, $99 for a 7-foot animatronic cannot be beaten, and she's another amazing value piece for 2024. Also new for 2024, we have 2 brand new pumpkin items from Home Depot for this season. Those being the first 8.5-foot giant-sized jack-o'-lantern stack, and this is actually a new version of the original pumpkin stack, as the faces are different and also the pumpkins kind of have like a new look to them. Really, really enjoy this piece. It's 8.5 feet tall, so it is giant-sized, and it costs $199, so $200 for that, the same price as the original pumpkin stack. And then the other pumpkin item is the 7.5-foot jack-o'-lantern archway. This is a typical archway prop that is made up of a bunch of carved pumpkins. I personally prefer this over the other pumpkin stack. I love the way this looks. It is totally awesome looking, and it would definitely be a great archway for any display or any haunt, and it is also retailing for $199, so $200. And finally, the last Home Depot Halloween 2024 animatronic that I had to show to you is a very cool one, and if you love Nightmare Before Christmas, you're going to love this animatronic because it is the 3-foot animated Zero. Now, I'm not going to lie, this prop was not shown at all during the virtual showcase, so to be completely honest with you, I have no idea what it does, if anything. It is called the Animated Zero, so I guess it has some sort of animation, but I have no idea what that is. I just know that it looks super, super accurate to Nightmare Before Christmas, and that it stands at 3 feet tall with what looks to be some sort of LED to create that ghostly effect of Zero. And this animatronic, this piece, will be retailing for $99, so only $100 for Zero. And this item will be online and in select stores, so if you want Zero, make sure to order him online or find him in select Home Depot locations. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, the entire Home Depot Halloween 2024 animatronic lineup, and it is quite the lineup to say the least. There are some amazing animatronics for 2024, and if there are any that you would like to pick up, remember that the official Home Depot Halloween online launch date is this upcoming Thursday, July 18th, and the items will start going up for sale on the website around 5 a.m. Eastern, so make sure to set your alarms and get up early if you would like to purchase any of these items, because if you've done this for a while, you know how this works every single season. The online launch date is always a very popular time where a lot of people try to get on the website, and these items sell out like this. They sell out super quickly, so if there are any animatronics that you would like to purchase from this year's lineup, make sure to get up very, very early on Thursday, July 18th, and prepare on the website. Obviously, I want to send a huge thank you out to Home Depot for once again inviting me to this virtual showcase and allowing me to make this video and show all of you these animatronics as an exclusive first look. I am so excited for Home Depot Halloween 2024, and I promise you that I will be on the website this upcoming Thursday, July 18th to get my hands on some of these items because this year's lineup is truly phenomenal. But I guess, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I was gonna say that for more Home Depot Halloween 2024 videos. Goodbye.